So, Namo Narayan, everybody, and welcome to one more session of In Conversations with Swamiji. Today is Tulsi Vivah, so it is very appropriate that we pick the topic of talking about Tulsi and its significance for us. So, Swamiji, are you there with us?
Yes.
Your video is turned off. Yes, there you are. Okay.
Swamiji is there.
Yes, great.
Namo Narayan, Swamiji.
Namo Narayan. Namo Narayan.
So, Swamiji, we'll get started with the Shanti part and then we'll pick up the topic for today. Thank you.
Please sit in a comfortable posture with your hands on your knees in Dhyan or Chin Mudra. Head, neck, shoulders, back, all in a straight line. Eyes and mouth gently closed. Become aware of the whole body from the top of your head to your toes. Awareness of your head, neck, shoulders, arms, chest, upper back, abdomen, lower back, hips, both the legs, the whole body. Shift your awareness to your breath. Normal spontaneous breathing coupled with awareness. Let your awareness be on this for some time. Shift your awareness now to your eyebrow center, Bhru Madhya. And at the Bhru Madhya, visualize a brightly burning, radiant Jyoti. Let your awareness gravitate towards this experience at the eyebrow center. And maintaining awareness of this experience, we shall chant the mantra Om 3 times altogether. Taking in a deep breath. Together. Om Sahana Vavato Sahanau Bhunakto Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shantihi. Harihi Om. Hari Om. Sat. Gently rub your palms against each other. Place them on the closed eyes. Experience the warmth radiating from the palms to your eyes, to the brain, to the whole body. And then gently move your palms away. Open your eyes. Hari Om. Tat Sat. Namo Narayan.
Thank you, Swamiji. I think we will get started with the topic for today, Tulsi, and what is the significance of Tulsi for spiritual aspirants specifically, Swamiji?
Today is Tulsi Vivah. It's a very auspicious day. और गांवों में तुलसी जी की बहुत धूमधाम से शादी होती है। अब शहरों में तो लोगों को कभी कभी मालूम होता है, नहीं होता है, लेकिन गांवों में तुलसी जी की बड़ी धूमधाम से, बड़ी श्रद्धा से शादी मनाते हैं। और तुलसी जी हमारे सभ्यता में अनेक शताब्दियों से बहुत महत्वपूर्ण स्थान रखती है। टुडे इज तुलसी विवाह, एंड in the villages in India, it is celebrated with great gusto. And Tulsi has a place of pride in India. Every house, there will be a Tulsi. You would not have any house in the rural areas, especially, where there is no Tulsi. She is the companion of the house, especially the lady of the house. And there are multiple reasons why that is there. But you might know it, or you might be surprised that this system does not exist only in India. Even in other countries, in the older civilizations, this system has been prevalent. If you go to Greece, you will see that every house has one sapling of basil. That has been seen for a long time. Of course, now with modernization and cardboard apartments and all that, that might become a little bit of a problem. But always, Tulsi is present. She is like the benefactor of the family. Tulsi ji is known as the queen amongst the herbs. हिंदी में तो तुलसी जी को औषधियों की रानी कहा जाता है. And we can see now lots of research also is going on, and they have found out that Tulsi has got amazing medicinal properties. And we can go on and on about Tulsi. But I would like to relate to you a live story, a live event which happens. And that is the event which happens at Rikhiya Peeth, the Tapobhumi of Gurudev Swami Satyanand Ji. When Swamiji came to Rikhiya, he always had a Tulsi, even in Munger Ashram. But when he came to Rikhiya, he established Tulsi Ji as the Adhishthatri Devi of the Akha. And he said that now you are the chief medical officer. And every day, morning, evening, Swamiji would himself do the puja of Tulsi Ji. And he said, he made only one prayer to her. As long as this body remembers the name of the Lord, please keep this body healthy. The day this body forgets to take the name of the Lord, I don't want such a body, take it. And when Swamiji came to Rikhiya, he started the Panchagni sadhana. And Panchagni sadhana is not a simple sadhana. You have fires on all the four sides. The fifth fire is the sun. Temperatures go up to 80, 90, Sometimes they had even touched 100 degrees Celsius, not Fahrenheit. And Swamiji would sit there comfortably doing his sadhana. And he has many times mentioned that this comfort is the grace of Ma Tulsi. He said that because when Swamiji started his sadhana, another aspect of his sadhana was with every breath, he had to remember the name. So he was doing mantra jap with every breath. Breathing 15 times a minute, 900 times an hour, 21,600 times in 24 hours. And so Swamiji said that if you are doing a sadhana for 2 hours and then you miss something, next day you can cover up. But here, there is no way you can cover up because there are only 24 hours in the day. So then he said that he played a trick. He invited and established Tulsi ji and he made a prayer to her that I am starting this sadhana. And when Swamiji started his sadhana, he was past 65, 67, 68 or 70. At that age, when everybody would like to, lead a comfortable, contented, relaxed, retired life, that is the time when he started his sadhana. This sadhana specific. His entire life is. And Swamiji said that I never had any problem. Not even a single sneeze or a cough or a fever, nothing. Complete good health. And once Swamiji said that once it so happened that he was getting late for his, that's what Swamiji mentioned. So perhaps he was getting late for his sadhana or period of Panchagni. But he said that एक बार हम उनको प्रणाम करना भूल गए, उनको स्मरण करना भूल गए साधना के पहले, और उस समय ऐसे लगता था कि जैसे कि अग्नि की वो लपट बिल्कुल आकर के उन्हीं पर आ रही है. When Swamiji forgot to pray to her, he said that it appeared as if the fire is all focusing on him. He was doing sadhana every day. Not that he was just, he did sadhana only one day. He was doing for all 6 months. From Makar Sankranti to Karka Sankranti, 6 months, the hot 6 months of the year, when the temperatures as it is go beyond 45, 50 degrees Celsius. In such times, he would sit under the sun with fires on all 4 sides. And he attributes his good health to the blessings of Tulsi. And this is what is very essential. As long as you consider Tulsi as just a plant, then yes, it will just have some basic medicinal properties. But when you bring in Shraddha, then the higher component starts coming in. If you remember, when Lakshmana had been hit by the arrow and he had gone unconscious in the war, there was a herb which was only available in the Himalayas. So Hanumanji had gone and brought it back. But there was a problem because he could not pluck the herb. The herb has to come on its own, otherwise the effect is gone. And he did not know how to do that. So, being Hanuman, he just got the whole mountain and brought it there. And then the Vaidya went. He did the necessary activity what had to be done, made the proper prayers, and the herb fell. If you look at it as a story, yes, it's a story. But if you look at it from a slightly different perspective, the use of mantra, the use of at a specific time, and the sadhana of that physician all together brought in a higher quality. Otherwise, he could have just brought about 20, 30 of those herbs, and the physician could have picked it up, but the effect would not be there. So these plants, as Tulsi, they have got a higher dimension. And when you are able to connect to that higher dimension, there is a change within us. So, and that is why every day in the evening, Tulsi ji ke samne mein Deepak jalate. What is Deepak? Why do you have to light a Deepak? Why can't you just have, nice focus lights and beautiful coloring, etc., etc.? Because Deepak is the indicator of the representative of pranic energy. You just see in a house every day in the evening, you just put diya, light them up in the evening, and observe after 1 week. The energy over there changes. You haven't done anything different. Just light Deepak in the evening. Why evening? Because that is the time when there is a transition. And when there is a transition, then there is an upsurge of cosmic energy. And it is this cosmic energy which is best. So when you do that and you worship Tulsi, she has the ability to control, modify, regulate our entire neurohormonal systems. And it has been seen that when the mind of the person goes off and that person keeps on putting the water to the Tulsi starts wilting away. If the Tulsi is placed and there are a lot of negative energy, the Tulsi will wilt away. You might give all the perfect things. But at the same time, if you take proper care and you have that connection with her, then you see how she comes up. Because she not only works by taking the leaf of Tulsi, but her presence itself has a very powerful impact. And it is this impact, the vibrations of the place, it creates an aura of positivity in and around the place. That is the significance. On a physical dimension, it is medicinal. On an emotional dimension, it allows you to connect with a higher reality. And on a spiritual dimension, it opens up newer vistas. That is the reason why Tulsi is considered so very important. That in traditional homes, you will never find a house without Tulsi. And in the evening, light will be lit at the Tulsi. That's very, very important. Because she has the ability to balance the entire aura, the human health, and activate spiritual vibrations. So that is the significance and that is the importance of Tulsi in our vision and our life.
Thank you, Swamiji. So Swamiji, a question related to that, like when we are placing Tulsi in our house, is there a specific place that we should keep it, or it does not matter? And is it like the east corner, west corner, anything specific like that, or it does not matter?
You see, what is most important is that you need to form a connection with her. East corner, west corner, north corner, south corner. Vastu has its own significance, but that is not the be all and end all. I know of many people who have been fabulously successful, but if you look at their places, nothing according to Vastu, but still they are fabulously successful. Does not mean Vastu is not correct, but there are higher dimensions which have greater significance than what we are speaking about. That energy needs to be connected. So when we are beginning, doesn't matter, just start off wherever it is. Place a tulsi and start lighting a diya, agarbatti, and every day in the morning and evening, just go and do pranam to her and stay there for a minute. And what Swamiji used to say, that you offer water to her, wait for, after offering water, you wait, you do pranam, and after a minute or so, then you pluck one leaf and take that. According to botanical principles also, it is said that when you water, then there is a trigger which takes place, and some of the active ingredients come up, and that takes some time. So you wait for that to happen, and then you pluck a leaf, and that leaf, just take one leaf of tulsi every day. That makes a difference in our mind, our general health, and also in our spiritual orientation. So do that, but please remember that tulsi is a very sensitive plant. It needs sunlight. If you don't have sunlight, she will certainly not flourish. And you have to be very careful with her roots. Many times people put in a very small pot and she becomes big, and there is no scope for her to grow. So if you are putting in a pot, give her space so that she can grow, the roots can grow, and then she will. So, the basic points need to be taken in consideration. That is more than enough to start.
Great. So moving on, Swamiji, then, can you tell us more about Tulsi Vivah, the special auspicious day today? So why is it considered auspicious? What is the speciality about it?
At Rikhia, Swamiji used to himself perform Tulsi Vivah, and Swamiji told a beautiful story about that. He said that he had established the Tulsi. She was there, and once she got some fungal infection, and so they wanted to put medicines and all that. Swamiji said no. He placed shaligram over there. He placed dood grass over there, and he did the Tulsi Vivah of Tulsi with shaligram. And then every year this started. And Swamiji said, the moment I did that, soon after, the fungal infection disappeared. No medicines were put. Nothing was changed. Only this one thing was done. So, there are, of course, lots of stories about Tulsi, why she is so sacred and why she is so dear to Vishnu, especially Shri Krishna. Those stories are there and they have their own significance. But in our times, if you look at it, there are two poles of energy. And when these two poles of energy are present, then there is a healthy interaction amongst the two, and the energy comes up. And when the energy comes up, the Pran Shakti comes up, there is good health. So basically, that is the scientific reason for Tulsi Vivah. And then there are higher reasons also. Tulsi is the dearest of Sri Krishna. Do you know that story of the significance of Tulsi and Sri Krishna? बहुत अच्छी कहानी है. Sri Krishna always used to like Tulsi and Tulsi and Tulsi. So all these queens, they did not really understand why is he so saying. And then one day, what happened was Satyabhama, in a bit of jealousy or interpersonal rivalry or whatever, she said to Narada that I will, whatever you want, I will give you, but please bless me with whatever she is requesting. So Narada, being the mischievous one, said, please be careful. No, whatever. Are you sure? Yes. Okay. So he asked her to take the sankalpa that she will give whatever. So then he asked for, please give Sri Krishna to me. I was like, oh my God, nobody, because Narada was a devotee of Sri Krishna. And how can he demand that Sri Krishna is given to him as his assistant? That's what he demanded. And there's a long story around that. But then finally, it was said that let's do one thing. We will not give Sri Krishna, but we will give something equivalent to Sri Krishna. And Narad was very clever. He made a hut in the palace itself and made Sri Krishna do all the work. Internally, he also must be suffering that he is asking God to do. But that was the Leela of Bhagwan himself, because he wanted to bring out a truth. So he said, okay, that drama went on and everybody was, being tortured. Rukmini was being tortured. My Lord is sleeping on the ground. How can that happen? So she also started sleeping on the ground. My Lord is eating just small morsels. So she also, everybody was, nobody was happy, because Shri Krishna was working like the assistant of Narad, going, getting water, going, fetching firewood, cooking, everything. And this went on for some period of time. After that, then when they could not handle it anymore, then they said, what can be done? What can be done? And then Narada said that, okay, well, if you really say so, let's do one thing. You don't want to give Krishna? Give me something equivalent to him. What? Okay, yeah, whatever I will. So what will you? So Satyabhama said, I will weigh Krishna, and whatever is his weight in gold, that much gold I will give you. So very happy. And she also got a chance to show how wealthy she was. So, the tula was made. The balance was on one side, Sri Krishna sat. On the other side, she started getting all her gold. The whole thing went up, but still not even slight movement in the balance. What to do? So she got all her reserve. That didn't work. So then she got her ornaments, everything finished. So she started crying. That time, the information went to Rukmini that Shri Krishna is being measured. And she said, how can you measure him? And she took a leaf of Tulsi and went and placed that Tulsi on top of everything else. And the moment Tulsi was placed, the balance shifted. And that went down, Sri Krishna's part came up. That is the significance. That is the importance of Tulsi to Vishnu. There is a story about a demon Jalandhar and his wife Vrinda and all that. That is very true. But why is it important? Because she reflects the qualities of Krishna and she did not demand. Tulsi, when she was Vrinda, she did not demand. She was quiet. She was accepting whatever is happening. She never complained, but she was always connected to the Lord. Just as the Murli is always with the Lord, in the same way, Tulsi was always close to his heart. And therefore, the presence of Sri Krishna is very, very close wherever there is Tulsi. So she becomes the easiest means to connect to him. And that is the significance in our life. You see, it is good that we do the festivities, we do everything. That has its own nice, fun, frolic, joy. But below all of that, the basic point is the connection between the plant and a stone. Shaligram is a stone, but it is not any stone. It is a stone which comes from a special animal and it has got gold stuck to it and there is the shape, specific shapes, and those shapes are the shapes of Sri Vishnu's Shankar, Chakra, Gada, Padma. So it has the vibration of Shaligram is very much in alignment with the vibration of Vishnu. And that connection can be made. So we can connect to Vishnu through Shaligram. Similarly, Tulsi is the feminine aspect. And she also takes us to him. You have the positive and you have the negative. If you have electric wires going and you just use the phase and don't use a neutral or what is called as the positive and the negative, then the circuit is not complete. For circuit to be completed, you need phase and neutral, positive and negative. Shiva and Shakti, yin and yang, male and female, all those parallels are there. That, enacting that outside, so the symbology goes within and we at some point of time realize the significance and make that change in our life. That is the significance of Tulsi Vivah. And of course, there are subtle and higher realities which need to be experienced, which cannot be spoken about. So therefore, for us, this is something which is important to know. If we are serious about purifying ourselves, if we are serious about aligning ourselves with the higher dimensions, if we are serious about exploring the qualities which are there within us, then Tulsi Vivah is one of the simplest and very effective means of connecting to that divinity, which is interconnected. And on an ecological level, when you are doing Tulsi Vivah, you are worshipping nature. You have a stone, one aspect of nature. You have a plant, another aspect of nature. You are worshipping them. When you worship them as gods, how will you even think of cutting them down? You won't. So that is the samskara which is given to us. Remaining in tune with nature. That, in my mind, is the most significant aspect of Tulsi Vivah.
Thank you, Swamiji. If anybody has any questions for Swamiji at this time. Yes, Prabhaji. But you're on mute, Prabhaji. You can unmute and ask the question.
Swamiji, in the evening you said, na, by sunset time we are keeping diya and all. Then after lighting the lamp, so we should not come pradakshina to this Vrindavan, that this one is called Vrindavan, no? Where Tulsi plant is planted. So evening time, night or evening after that, we should not come pradakshina to Tulsi Ma, because there are many Devi Devatas there coming at that time. It is told like that. So if we go there, take a round, something, because as you said, it is lot pranic energy, lot of pranic energy is there. That is what one thing. Another thing is 24 hours she is giving us oxygen. Is it right, Swamiji?
Yes.
No?
Yes.
24 hours, day and night she is giving oxygen. That is also purification is their entire place wherever Tulsi plant is.
I did not understand your question.
Evening, see, we are offering water in the morning. And sun god is there, sun is there rising. So we offer water and pray sun also, and come pradakshina to this one, Vrindavan. Vrindavan is that the pot, wherever you have said. And in the evening, we offer keep diya, light this diya. After that, we do namaskar, and we are not supposed to take pradakshina to Tulsi Vrindavan, evening time.
Tell me.
It is, when I asked what is the reason, so all Devi Devatas are coming there, and you should not keep your feet there. You stamp on the energy that is around. It is told like that.
Yeah. And you have to also understand that many things in our traditions are told in a symbolic manner. They say that after sunset, the plants sleep. At that time, we should not disturb them. So is it that actually the plant is sleeping? The plant is, that is not the thing. But the energy of the plant has gone internal. That is not a time to disturb the plant, because the energetics won't be beneficial for us. In the same way, once the sun has set,
should not come.
That is not beneficial. So now, you see, when we have to speak to the masses, you tell these scientific principles, they will listen through 1 year and out it goes through the next year. But when you speak of Devi Devatas, and if you do it, they will get angry. Then out of fear, people will do it. But below that, there is this logic.
This is the reason.
So for spiritual aspirants, We need to understand that, so that not for an intellectual purpose, because then what happens is we get into intellectual. No, intellectually it doesn't make any difference.
Correct.
But it allows us to connect deeper. We have always to remember that is something which is very.
Yes. Same way, Swamiji, Ashwatha tree, na? Ashwath, people tree. That's the evening also you should not supposed to take pradakshina.
Same reason is there. Same reason, because you see, these trees, they have got lot of psychic powers also.
Ah.
And when there are psychic powers, then you have to be very careful. If you have electric wires which are with insulation, you can, even if there is electricity, you can pull a wire, push a wire, etc. But the moment you take the insulation out, you have to be extremely careful. Even the slightest mistake can have big spark or burn everything down. So when we are working with higher energies, then you have to be more and more and more sensitive. Second thing is, when you connect with bhakti, then all your mistakes, you are prompted, you are educated by the divine to rise above. Once a very senior Swamiji from the Niranjani Akhada, he was telling that, you see, there are rules when you have to talk to your mother. You can't kick your mother. Touching your leg to the elders or anybody is not considered good. But you look at a child is on the arms of the mother, and half the time the child is kicking the mother. Who is that? Now, is that not pap? No, because there is a different connection. That connection, the moment you have that connection, then mother takes care of you. When we are babies, mother takes care of everything. Once our khopri starts coming up, when we start growing up, then she says, okay, beta, tum apne se khada ho jao. Lead your own life. Spiritually also, when we connect as a child, then she grants blessings as a child. And so whatever mistakes we do out of ignorance, out of limitation, not that, oh, okay, so now mother is there, I am like a son to the mother, so I can do anything and everything is, no. Mother is very smart, 10 times smarter than you. And she is able to give a big tight slap also if we try to be over smart. But that slap is not out of spite. That slap, if we understand it, is so that we can stop going from in the wrong direction and come on the correct direction. So there are lots of rules, but best is to connect with the heart and go with simplicity of the heart. And then you will on your own discover all the rules, because these rules, nobody came from planet Mars or planet Venus or Jupiter or any other planet and told that do this. No, all of this was discovered because it is energetics. In the same way, we also discover the truth. That is most important. So with this, let us conclude today's session.
Thank you so much.
Please sit in a comfortable posture. Hands on your knees in Jnana or Chin Mudra. Head, neck, shoulders, back, all in a straight line. Eyes and mouth gently closed. Become aware of the whole body from the top of your head to your toes. Awareness of your head, neck, shoulders, arms, chest, upper back, abdomen, lower back, hips, both the legs, the whole body. For a few moments, visualize a beautiful sapling of Tulsi. Visualize the presence of Shaligram. And observe the communion between Shaligram and Tulsi. Feel the energy. After pranam to Ma, Tulsi is the queen of healing. Whatever health issues we have, physical, mental, emotional, social, professional, lay them bare to her. Be innocent like a child. And feel her grace showering upon us, removing the difficulties, showing us the way to overcome them, and maintaining awareness of this experience. We shall chant the mantra Om 3 times, followed by the Shanti. Taking in a deep breath. Sato ma sadgamaya, tamaso ma jyotirgamaya, mrityormamritam gamaya, sarvesham swasti bhavatu, sarvesham shantir bhavatu, sarvesham purnam bhavatu, sarvesham mangalam bhavatu, loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Om Trambakam yajamahe sugandhim pushtivardhanam urvarukamiv bandhanan mrityormukshyamamrutat. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hands in pranam mudra. त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देव त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देव त्वमेव सर्वं Mama Deva Deva Hari Om. So, rub your palm gently against each other. Place them on the closed eyes. And then, when comfortable, move the palms away. Open your eyes. Hari Om Tatsat. Namo Narayan. Jai.
Thank you, Swamiji. Thank you, everyone.